All right, what is going on, guys? We're looking at the Mega Evolutions pull rates. There's been a couple different people reporting on this. We're looking at TCG players data, which PokeBeach wrote an article about. Shout out PokeBeach. So gold cards, they're saying, have a 1 in 260 pull rate. You have two of them, so I multiply that by two, and you get 1 in like 2,500, just over 1 in 2,500 to pull a specific one. And this is even harder than the Moon Kitty, the Umbreon from Evolving Skies, which to pull a specific SIR was like 1 in 1,900, basically 1 in 2,000. These are not nearly as expensive as Umbreon is. Are they similar Pokemon, like popularity? Definitely not. Are gold cards making a comeback? I think so. And these have I wholeheartedly believe it's just because of the alternate artworks, because these look so sick. They also are reporting that the illustration rares are 1 in every 101 packs, which I believe they're saying is roughly 1 in 90. I believe Danny was saying it's like 1 in 78. Illustration rares have gotten easier only by a handful of packs. Illustration rares in Scarlet and Violet were 1 in 12. Now they're 1 in 9. That's a little nice. Ultra rares, easier to pull 1 in 12 versus previously being 1 in 15. Double rares, 1 in 5 packs. This is good for players. They also have, with the double rares, these are now like flashier and textured, so they're a lot nicer than they used to be. I've pulled this one, so that's the only reason I know that. So thank you to TCG Player and PokeBeach. We can look at pull rates from previous sets, which we're going to do and compare. So SIRs for Mega Evolutions is about 1 in 100 versus 1 in 80 for Black Bolt, for Black Bolt and White Flare. For Destined Rivals, you could clearly see it was a little harder, 1 in 94. Journey Together was 1 in 86. It feels like this one's off because Journey Together being a smaller set, it was easier to pull SIRs, and there was a lot of them. Prismatic, any SIRs 1 out of 45, but because it has so many SIRs, it's 1 in 1,400. So thank you to TCG Player and PokeBeach for reporting this. We can look at all the Scarlet and Violet sets and compare them to Mega Evolutions. So for any specific SIR out of Black Bolt and White Flare, you're looking at 1 and essentially 1,100. Destined Rivals, 1 out of 1,000. So it's easier to pull that Mewtwo than it is to pull whatever you're chasing out of Black Bolt or White Flare. Journey Together, 1 in 500. That's probably going to be the easier end. Maybe 151's better. Frizzy, Prismatic Evolutions, 1 in 1,400. That is the worst of Scarlet and Violet. So you can look at that and then look at the specific pull rates for the Mega Evolution Gold cards, and you can see that it's substantially higher. It's almost twice as worse as a specific SIR. We look at Surging Sparks, just under 1 in 1,000. Stellar Crown, 1 out of 500. Twilight Masquerade, just under 1 out of 1,000. So you can kind of tell by like the pull rates. It's kind of cool how to look at that, how which singles are worth, like which chase cards are worth substantially more than others and which sets are better than other sets. It almost kind of correlates with the pull rates. This one's an outlier because the SIRs aren't that expensive. You're looking at 1 out of 850. Paradox Rift, 1 out of 700. Obsidian Flames, they broke it down a little differently. The Charizard's 1 out of 200. So that makes it so much easier to hit that. Like, that is by far the easiest to hit. Look at Paldea Evolved. The hardest one to hit is 1 out of 540. And even your Magikarp was only 1 out of 480. So you could see how hard these pull rates are now versus what they used to be. Base set, pretty similar. The worst one is 1 out of 393. You could see how easy they were at the start versus the end. I can't believe they didn't put 151 on here. That's crazy. So as you can tell, pull rates are getting harder. Again, I believe this is because they're printing more, so they want it harder to hit the higher tiered hits. I think this is great for singles. I think this is great for collectors. So when you do hit, you have something of value. Pack rippers is increasing your gambling aspect for all you gamblers out there. But the gold cards truly are the hardest cards to hit that we've ever seen. They're harder than the Umbreon from Evolving Skies, the Moon Kitty, Moonbreon. They're harder than the Moonbreon. Personally, I think they should be more expensive than just $500 because of those pull rates. But if we get more popular Pokemons like the Charizard, honestly, that Charizard might be over $1,000. So just keep an eye on this coming out. Just keep an eye on this going forward. We're going to kind of monitor it as well. And if you like the video, hit that subscribe button. Comment below, are you happy they made pull rates worse for the gold cards and SIRs and made the lower tiered chases easier to hit? Or are you mad about this? If you're looking to crack open some packs, head on over to my website, maxpacks.com, where I sell sealed Pokemon booster boxes. That's all I got for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.